Now, this applies to people who don't have a team yet, or maybe have a couple part-time people, or have a huge team of 50, 100 different full-time folks in your shop. I'm Bruce from Printavo, and I wanted to talk to you guys today about being a good manager. What does that mean exactly? Now, being a good manager evolves. It's always changing because you're always trying to improve. And if you care about this, you're always iterating to make sure that you serve your team and are able to help them be able to achieve the business goals. And so today I want to talk about 5 different things that I've been able to pick up on and learn from the hard way, and or trying to also be able to improve personally to be able to help you guys hopefully skip some of those rough patches. Now, first, this really works well. These 5 different points work really well when the people that you've brought in that are truly going to be owning different areas of the business are really a lot better than you at what they do. Now, sometimes this brings on a little bit of self-insecurity because you say, well, I'm the boss, I should be the best. But because you're the boss, you should actually be bringing on people who are way better at the task that you need to be able to delegate off. And these could be things that you're good at. For example, I love UI design. I love making software really pretty and easy to use. And that's why I spend so much time on Printavo, to improve on that design side. But I need to be able to find a designer that I can be able to hand work off to that can take it to the next level and is better than me. It's the same thing for you guys on the art side, on the sales side, on the production management side, all these different areas, to be able to find somebody that's way better than you. Now, the first thing though here is training. We talk about this constantly, the training and the investment in the person. This is just like buying a press, buying a big new piece of equipment that you spend so much time learning and picking up on and getting trained on and how to use and all the different parts and asking other people for tips of it. All of that is the exact same as investing in people. People are our largest expense other than cost of goods, and you want to truly be able to invest in it to be able to get the most out of it. So we're really big on training, and a couple different things that you can do for training that we love to do is document it fully. Use a tool like trainual.com, or we just actually put everything into a Google Doc. So when somebody starts, their first week is the exact same every single time. Whether they're going through different parts of the shop to learn, they're talking to customers, they're learning the background and the culture of the business. We're setting them up for the maximum amount of success. And I promise you, the more investment up front here is going to pay dividends long term, because you're not going to be getting tapped on the shoulder. Now, the second thing that you can help be a really great manager though is growth. Providing growth with your team, and that a lot has to do with understanding them as a person and what really motivates them. Everybody is so different with what pushes them and what is the carrot that gets them to be able to work at the next level for you. Growth is all about you as a manager enabling your team members to give them a path to allow them to grow. To allow them to grow skills-wise, communications-wise, maybe more management-wise if you have that opportunity, but to allow them to be able to grow and still be challenged. Now, sometimes you just need a cot, right? You just need people to fold something, you just need people to box something, you just need things to be able to move forward. But for a lot more of these crucial roles, you really need to think about this and give your team growth to help them expand their true potential. You'll actually be surprised, because I would say about 15 to 20% of people that you give this opportunity to and that you help push forward will shock you. They will shock you because they will take that on and be able to push it further than what you had thought originally. Now, if you have a larger team, I'm sure you have examples of this, but really give them little tidbits. A great way of doing this is small projects at once. If they've indicated that they want to take on more responsibility, or you can see that and you want to be able to trust them with things, give them a small project that they can be able to take off your plate, and you can help spend more time with them to let them be able to own it. Now, understanding how to help them grow usually comes out of the one-on-ones. And we talk about one-on-ones a lot because there are great meetings, about 20-30 minutes every other week you perform with your direct reports. And those are times to be able to ask them, hey, how can I help you be able to succeed? What do you need to be able to get your role and push it forward? What are you spending time on over and over and over that I can help automate or get off your plate or have somebody else do it, right? And out of those conversations, you're able to be able to understand what is driving them forward and what do they care about. And sometimes I just ask, right? Where do you think you want to be in a couple of years? Maybe a year. What do you want to learn this year? What do you want to be able to help get better at? And then document that. I write that down in a Google Doc and then help push them forward with those goals. It will really pay big dividends and it truly shows you care, and that's what being a good manager is all about. Now, what else comes out of these one-on-ones is really great feedback from you to them. So another tip that I use is certain times there's things that somebody does that you don't really like. It wasn't a good way of how maybe they talked to a customer or what they said here or how they treated a team member. Feedback comes, I view it in two forms. One is immediate feedback, something that you have to pull them aside and just say, hey, I don't think that was a good way of how you said that. Going forward, this is why I want you to say that because, and explain your background and what makes you think that way. The other feedback is feedback that you will bring up in one-on-ones. This tends to be bigger feedback that requires a longer discussion, a 5-10 minute discussion about the back and forth of what you want to be able to see from them. This could be a longer change or something that they did that you can wait, that you don't need to do it right then for immediate feedback. One-on-ones are great, and I think feedback and giving great feedback and determining how you want to be able to give it is really, really crucial. And not only that, I think the way you give feedback that's really important is being able to help direct them towards the goal and the mindset that you're thinking. So instead of nitpicking, hey, I wish you would have said it this way or wrote it that way, what is the high level goal for you to want to, we want to be overly empathetic with our customers, and that's why I just wanted you to be able to write it this way, right? Allow them to understand that long-term vision so that they can make a better decision in the future. The third thing here is celebrating success. Your team works hard, and a lot of us as owners, I think, are so focused on just day to day and getting things to the next step and week by week and pushing things forward. And we don't take enough time to really be able to stop and appreciate all the things that have happened and the progress that the whole team has made. And this could be as easy as just bringing in lunch for a week, right? And just treating everybody to a really great barbecue or pizza spot or whatever it is. I'm sure you work with a customer that has great food. This could be bringing somebody up publicly, something that somebody did in your team that was amazing, and bringing that up in a team meeting. If you guys have these weekly, if not via Slack, if not, putting something on the wall when people walk in, acknowledging that they hit a successful moment or a goal. This could be a sales goal. These are different things that go back into our annual goals video. So when things happen that are successful and they reach a spot that you are happy with where they're at, let's celebrate them, let's call them out, and really acknowledge the different team members that are really crucial to your team. And building off that goes to my next point of truly giving really great appreciation. I don't think that we tell our teams enough, hey, I really appreciate that you did that, or thank you for doing this, and really saying it. There's no harm. You aren't respected less for doing that. You really need to say that, give that appreciation. I think as humans, we just don't do that overall. If you're seeing somebody do an incredible job, tell them, acknowledge it, say something, get them something maybe small or nice if it's a bigger thing that they completed, but truly acknowledge it, say thank you, and I think that's another great fourth point of being a great manager. And then lastly, and this is the most difficult piece of it, is that if they're not working out, let them go. And the reason is, as a good manager, it's not fair to you or to them if they're still on your team and they're not a participant of your team. They're either not a part of your culture, they're sort of working in reverse, they're causing problems with customers, whatever it is, let them go. There's a really great saying that's right people in the right seats from the book Traction by Gino Wickman that you guys will want to really take to heart. Sometimes you could have the right person but they're in the wrong seat and they're performing the wrong job, and you can shift them into the right seat and they'll really start to excel. But sometimes you just have the wrong person in any type of seat, and no matter what seat you put them in, they're just not a good fit. And after COVID, I'm sure we're able to lay a lot of those people off if you needed to and be able to bring in the right people that you wanted to. But if you haven't, again, they're working against you. They're working against everything that you've put into this business, everything that your A players are helping to push forward. And you want to be able to move them off, let them find a job or a company that they really care about a lot, and that will be more fair to them as well. So those are 5 different tips as managers that you can really be able to help improve. If you guys have any tips as well, don't forget to drop a comment below. I would love to read more about that, and also don't forget to hit subscribe. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great week.
Check it out.